In this page, you can see all the models you've created. It gives you an overview of each model's information, such as name, creator information, and creation time. View configuration leads you back to the setting of the current model. Later you could come here to check and tune it. View data validation result takes back to view the validation result of the data set that this model corresponds to. From the second column you can find the status of all models. In progress indicates the model is under configuration and hasn't been run yet. Running means the backend job is generating UML models with your configuration. Failed means some exceptions happened during the model running stage. You could check the errors later at the top right corner button. If it shows ready to review, it means that the model runs successfully. You will be able to see the number of users this model has detected. The menu option on the right side gives you access to in-depth model information. It contains the following actions: view model features, view model results, review, compare model, and delete model. View model features is the same as the view configuration button. This is the detection summary page of the model you selected. At the first tab, try moving the score toggle to adjust the threshold and see how the model performs at each level. The number of detected users, percentage of detection, as well as the precision and recall are adjusted accordingly based on the threshold. The two graphs below give a visual view of how the precision and recall will change by threshold. The second tab contains an overview of all models created. The bar chart shows the statistics on every model and the tree diagram shows the evolution of models. Then let's go back to the model management and check the Review button. Here is your workspace to check all the detected clusters, review them based on the detection reasons and the users. Then you can mark the clusters or users as good or bad. Lower part presents a list of sampled detected clusters, showing information like the score, false positive and true positive rate in this cluster, number of users, as well as the detection reason. Click the Detail View on right side will expand this cluster. The last column shows the current review result of this cluster. You may already have some sense on whether these clusters are good or bad from the current information. Click it and leave your comment to give a review. Doing a bulk review with multi-select is also supported. For example, sorting these clusters by reasons, and you may find the similar reason clusters are all bad. If the information here is not sufficient enough for you to make a decision on one cluster, click on the little arrow to enter cluster details page. The upper part contains the similar information as just shown, and below is the list of detected users in this cluster. It contains the features of these users and it's easy to tell how they are correlated on some of these fields. This table supports sorting, filtering, choosing and freezing columns. The similar review process also works for here. The cluster and user reviewing process helps you understand the FPs better and instructs you how to remove them. But sometimes, you may feel unclear on how to improve detection to capture the FN users, the undetected bad users, and here is how DCube can help. At the Detection Summary page, there's a button on right top corner to trigger and analyze FN users' job, providing the insight on why the current model doesn't perform as expected. After around 10 to 20 minutes, you can click the third tab to check the analysis. The first section at the top shows some missing fields you may forget to map in the earlier stage. The right side tells you the quality of the mapped fields, some percentage of the data is missing. To get better feature derivation suggestions and improve the performance, it is suggested that you provide a more complete data with more fields that DataVisor recommended. The middle bubble graph gives an insight on the clustering quality among all FN users on some features. Each bubble represents one value of this feature. Larger bubble means this value are shared by more users, clustering well on this value. Generally, the more bubbles shown here means the better this feature. The right side also gives some statistics on the number of very small clusters on this feature. You can get a brief idea on how these features work in clustering. The bottom bar chart shows the distribution difference between all FN users with respect to the sample of all users. You can easily see how each feature can distinguish the FNs and normal users better. These two graphs give some great suggestions on which features may be good candidates for detecting those FN users. The last part to view is the Compare Model page. Select two models and set the score thresholds for both. You could see some statistics on the comparison of these two models. It shows the number of total detected clusters in both models, and it shows the number of clusters unique for each one. Clicking on the small arrow gives you a clusters overview similar as what we showed before. From this comparison page, you can get a general idea on how one model works better on some kind of clusters, helping you further tune the configurations. That's all for the model management part of DCube.